Oy, andyan na pala kayo guys. Nagbabasa lang tayo ngayon ng Gabriel Marquez. Balikan natin ang Love in the Time of Cholera. Yan na. Yung mga, ano dyan, mga lonely dyan, mga panahon ng pandemic. Patapos na, God willing. Ayan, kamusta na dyan? Kamusta na kayo dyan, mga kameta? Kameta, kung ano man, kampo kayo, Uniteam, kakamping, kaisko, kapakman, lahat yan. Kamusta po kayo dyan? Good morning. Maraming salamat dun sa mga nakinig sa atin sa Meta 2 natin. Walang ya. May nagsabi, Sir, para mas gusto ko yung Meta 2 mo Kasi para mas serious ka. Tapos may comment, Sir, parang pag mas serious ka, mas gwapo ka. Grabe naman yung mga comments, guys. Bawat meta ay may sariling kagandahan. Ayan. Yung mga Meta 1 natin, medyo daylight time, iba yung mood. Meta 2, medyo seryoso, medyo Fitzgerald, medyo Camus. Yan. So sabi ko medyo pangtapat natin sa mga Meta 2 natin. Medyo mag-Gabriel Marquez naman tayo dyan. Actually, iniisip ko, 100 Years of Solitude na lang dalhin ko. Hindi ko mahanap. Andun sa likod. Kaya ito na lang. Love in the Time of Cholera na lang. Ayan. Kamusta kayo dyan? Kamusta naman kayo dyan, guys? Okay ba kayo dyan? Mamaya, we'll end on a note by quoting our good friend Gabriel Marquez, mi amigo colombiano, todo talentado. Okay, alright. So today sabi ko medyo good vibes tayo guys. We'll keep it short. Ito na naman ako We'll keep it short. Tapos lampas na naman sa isang oras ang kadaldalan natin. Tapos pagkatapos pagod na ako. Tapos kailangan ko na magtrabaho. Ayun na, too tired na to work. Pero too tired ka matulog. Ayun na, sira na yung schedule natin. But ito ito, I'm trying my best. Malapit na election, kaya todo na ito. Kumbaga kung may meeting de avance, may meta de avance po ang gagawin natin. Meta de avance. Yan po ang gagawin natin in the coming days, God willing. Okay? 1 million strong dapat tayo. So far yung video natin na medyo malakas, mga 400,000, 500,000 plus 600,000, mga ganon. Kailangan po natin ng million strong view meta de avance. Yan po ang kailangan natin. Kaya, please, tuloy-tuloy yung supportin niya sa amin. Okay? Alright, so kagabi medyo nagdrama-drama tayo ng konti. Medyo, alam nyo na, marami tayong medyo nakaka-frustrate na kaibigan from right and left, from left and right, at medyo zaddy na tayo. Kaya kailangan ko na naman ng glasses para basahin mga bagay-bagay. Now, before we go to the good vibes, let me just go through the medium vibes. Not naman bad vibes, but mid vibes, no? Balikan natin itong sitwasyon na ito. So, medyo since kahapon, medyo may back and forth, no? Ukol dito sa issue ng mga surveys and pulsation all. Kaya kanina nagsulat ako ng nagsulat ako ng isang post dito sa page ko, I mean personal post ko. Sabi ko, stop shooting the messenger, no? Lahat naman tayo pwede magkaroon ng disagreement sa methodologies, scientific approaches na ginagamit sa mga iba-ibang pag-aaral, sa surveys. Kasi wala nga naman po perfect surveys. Kasi fundamentally surveys po ay snapshot lang of a prevailing political reality at a certain point in time. Hindi naman ito yung predictive of the future. Kung kilala niyo si Isaac Asimov, no? Yung Foundation series na novels, malalaman mo yung sinasabi ko, yung psychohistory ni Asimov, that was supposed to predict the future of massive civilizations, no, intergalactic. Hindi naman po psychohistory ni Asimov ang surveys. So wala naman talagang perfect na survey. At kung anong lumabas sa survey, hindi naman ibig sabihin yun na talaga yung mangyayari sa future. To paraphrase Lenin, ayan, red tag na naman tayo. To paraphrase, there are days where decades happen and where there are decades where nothing happens, right? So, every day matters, and still there are millions of people who can still change their mind. No, now is it gonna happen? Maybe not, but potentially it's always there. Andun yung posibilidad. All right, sa mga meta de avance, ayan, gusto ko yan meta de avance, winner, no? Meron tayong natutunan today, meta de avance. Naisip ko lang yan, wala lang, feel ko lang. Ayan, pero itong sinabi ko, guys, what I'm not okay with is yung unsubstantiated na attack dun sa integridad ng mga ibang tao para lang to cover up for any potential shortcomings sa strategy, etc., etc. Hindi naman po siguro maganda. Hindi maganda yan. Hindi siguro. Talagang hindi maganda yan. And let me tell you, personally ito, colleague ko po siya, si Dr. Ronnie Holmes, si Prof. Ronnie Holmes. Colleague ko yan sa Lasal dati at isa sa mga pinakamabait na humble na tao yan. World class po yan. Nag-PhD yan sa Australian National University. At nung time na kasama ko yung malaman na hugod yung ex-girlfriend ko sa Australia. Ito yung time na nandun siya, sa ANU din siya. So medyo, we have been going the same circles. Lalo dun sa Canberra, ANU back in the day, no? So, he's a world-class professional. At isa siyang genuine, humble, and sincere and progressive political scientist na tinuturo sa kanyang estudyante, ano yung katotohanan nangyari sa martial law, mga others. So, wag naman tayong gano'n na ina-attack. Kung hindi ka agree sa survey, hindi naman sinasabi ng survey yan ang talagang mangyayari on May 9. It's just a snapshot. And yes, pwede tayo magkakaroon ng debate. Doon sa methodologies, wala naman problema. Pero wag naman bastusan. Wag yung tawagin na paid hack. Ako nga, ina-attack ng mga ibang, sorry to say, Dilawan, paid hack yan, say Darren, kinukutang survey. Walang iya ka. Umayos ka. Umayos ka, ha? Umayos ka. Huwag kayong ganyan. Umayos kayo. Alright? Okay. Kaya nga sabi ko, nag-tweet lang ako kanina. Ito na naman tayo, all over the place. Nag-tweet lang ako kanina. Ganun kasi ako eh. Naghanap lang ako ng away. Tweet ako dito, Facebook dito. Ayan, TikTok. Saan si Andrew E? Ayan, mamaya tayo mag-TikTok. Sir, kamusta kayo dyan? Sir, 3 a.m. May ganito. Anong sagot natin dyan? Ayan, mamaya natin post na. No, guys, come on. Attacking surveys, lalo na ba yung mga established institutions? May mga surveys naman talaga na ayoko na mag-comment dyan. Bahala sila dyan. But yung mga established surveys, Pulse Asia predicted Lenin's victory by in 2016. It also correctly predicted naman yung Binay, etc., etc. But, as I said, nothing is set in stone and maraming days pa naman between the last survey, April 21, yata, yung last day na na-cover ng survey until May 9. So, 2 weeks pa, diba? So, who knows, right? Now, attacking surveys and also attacking voters. Wag ganon, guys. Wag ganon. Hindi po ito strategy. Blaming surveys, attacking voters is not a strategy to win an election, guys. You are here to win the hearts and minds. Kayo ba, matutuwa ba kayo kung andito ako tapos purong vlogs ko, atakin ko, si ganito, ganun, si ganun. Di ba nakakaano yun? Tapos, do you like me, guys, patronizing you? Let me educate you. Gusto niya gagawin? Hindi maganda, guys. Come on, guys. Huwag ganun. I'm giving you the due respect. And marami sa inyo, except yung mga ibang trolls dyan, you're giving me also due respect. We're having conversation like adults. Oo, siguro, magaling ako. Sige. But that doesn't give me a right na pagsabihan ka, ikaw, bakit ka ganyan? Hindi tayo ganun, guys. We're adults. Let's have conversation as adults. And just because ikaw ay A, ako B, or ikaw ay social na anak mayaman, doesn't make you better than me. Kung ikaw ay nag-Oxford man, doesn't make you better than me. Dahil UP lang naman ako, di ba? Wag naman tayo ganun, guys. Wag naman tayo ganun, okay? Attacking surveys and attacking voters is not a strategy. Yes, we can have proper debate dun sa mga methodologies. Kaya nga nag-respond si Ronnie dun sa methodological issues na ni-raise, di ba? Ng isang statistician, di ba? So, very respectful naman yung sagot doon. So, wala naman tayo, bro. We can debate about that. But remember, statisticians, economists, they're not sociologists. They're not political scientists. Wala silang sapat na ethnographic studies or understanding of political dynamics. Diyan po kami papasok, yung mga katulad namin, whether in political science, in sociology, etc. Kasi po, nagkaroon kami ng pag-aaral. Doon naman, qualitative studies. Marami po kami mga qualitative studies. Meron din kami quantitative studies. Pero porke di kayo statistician or mathematician, hindi ibig sabihin kilala mo rin yung mga tao. Iba po yung numbers dun sa emotions ng tao. Yung affective predisposition ng tao. Alright? Yun po ang pinag-aralan natin dito. Kaya nga po, just because statistician ng isang tao or mathematician, hindi ibig sabihin, alam niya kaagad anong gusto ng taong bayan. Kasi realm na yan ng social sciences, okay? So sana naman, kaya nga kino-quote ko sa inyo, yung mga sociological studies by Dr. Garrido sa University of Chicago, etc. There are many people I can quote you and cite na pinapakita na ganito po yung demographics natin. Na very problematic assumption na sasabihin mo, porkit upper class, middle class, more educated, ay anti-BBM. Hindi po ganin, that's not backed up by evidence, right? So kinu-question po ni Ronnie yan, kaya nag-release po sila ng statements kahapon on 3 levels. Kinu-question yung some of the assumptions made, presuppositions made by one of the statisticians who had his methodological disagreements, etc. Okay? Alright. Now, please basahin yan. Pinost ko rin dyan dun sa isang meta ko. Basahin nyo rin yan. Andyan naman available online. I-post ko rin mamaya yan so we can go through that. Now, I don't want to delve too much into some of these issues kasi alam ko yung iba sa inyo, uncomfortable. Sabi ng iba, baka naman ma-demoralize ang tao, ganun. Kaya nga sabi ko, fight the good fight. Keep the faith. At hindi po matapos ang Pilipinas sa May 9, may bukas pa. Bukas na lang kita mamahalin. If ever yung May 9 ay hindi magandang kalabasan, bukas na lang kita mamahalin. Meron pa naman, guys. Wag naman kayo ganan. Wag ganern. Diba? Alam mo, yung iba nga, busted na nga. Tapos after 3 years, naging asawa pa nila. Don't give up, okay? Or kung talaga hindi ka type, maghanap ka ng iba, di ba? I mean, there's bukas na lang kita mamahalin. Yun lang talaga masasabi ko sa inyo, guys. Kaya huwag kayo mag-panic mode, huwag kayo dyan sa mga delusional ek-ek na yan. Guys naman. Okay, good vibes, Kaya nga tayo nagkulay ng sports, ganun. And by the way, just to be clear, medyo may red naman siguro itong pink, whatever. Okay, this is not an indication of anything, okay? Meron naman akong bling-bling, so pwede naman Talano gold. Okay. Alright. Balance naman tayo, guys. Okay. Walang ya. Kasi maganda sa kutis ko itong mga kulay, di ba? Aminin nyo, looks good on me. Right? It's just a fashion statement, okay? Tsaka, wag na. Mamaya natin pag-usapan. Okay. Let's talk about 3 good things, Let's talk about 3 good things, guys. 3 good things about these elections. Okay? 3 good things, Medyo magda-drama tayo ng konti mamaya. Para since hindi ito meta 2, hindi ganun ka-drama. Okay? Sa gabi tayo medyo more vulnerable. Sa araw, medyo makapal ang mukha ko. Okay? So, iba yung vibes natin. Okay? Hindi ito Jekyll and Hyde. Ako pa rin yan. Okay? Walang ya. Okay. The first thing I want to talk about is this. I'm really, really inspired by the volunteerism I'm seeing in all camps. Come on, guys. Hindi lang mga pink camp. Yes, alam natin yun ang pinakasikat. Kasi ang dami nila, di ba? Meron din sa camp nila, Yorme Isko. Meron din sa camp ng kabila, di ba? Meron yan, guys. And you know, ayun na naman yung mga comment niyo dyan. And you know, it's one thing to post on Facebook in support of a candidate. It's another thing to post a video in support of a candidate. It's another thing na artista ka, sikat ka, towards the end of campaign, biglang lalabas ka and say, I endorse Lenny. Or, nag-vote ka, early voting, OFW vote, labas ka, sabi na, okay, I voted for Lenny, etc. Okay, or I voted for BBM, or I voted for Isko, whatever. Okay. That has its own value. Pero iba talaga, guys, yung mag-volunteer ka on the ground. Napakainit pa naman ngayon. Aminado ako, Baguio boy ako Hirap na hirap ako sa init na yan, promise. Nahihirapan talaga ako dyan. Yung zaddy level ko, nasisira yung zaddy skin natin. Hindi naman. Pero pawis ako ng pawis. Pangit tignan. Grandpa life. No, I mean, come on, guys. Ang hirap ng door-to-door na ginagawa. Yung house-to-house, guys. Ang hirap nun. Ang hirap yung level ng commitment na kailangan dyan. Hindi lang isang araw, hindi lang isang oras, hindi lang isang linggo, ilan buwan na po ginagawa ng volunteers yan. Nakaka-hearten po sa akin yan. Nakaka-hearten po yan. Sila po talagang hero sa akin. And I'm not talking about just one camp or the other. Lahat ng totoong volunteers, Ibang usapan yung mga lam na this. Hindi, totoong volunteers. Kasi marami talaga totoong volunteers, Meron civic liberalism, civic authoritarianism, civic Yormeism, whatever. Pero civic volunteerism yan Civic volunteerism yan, guys. Yan po ang makina ng demokrasya. Okay, guys, ito guys. May new term tayo today. Okay, from one of my favorite political scientists. Alright? Kay Bob Putnam, right? Yung term na social capital. Social capital. Okay? Ito pakita ko sa inyo guys. Para may matutunan na naman tayo today So unang-una, meta de avance. Kailan tayo mag-meta de avance? Saturday? Saturday tayo mag-meta de avance. Sige. Ayan na. Magpamigay na ako ng jackets Tsaka magpamigay ako ng mga 3-in-1 coffee. Sino naman gusto mag-ano sa atin dyan? Mag-sponsor sa atin dyan. Mga Unity jackets. Unity 3-in-1 coffee. Gcash Unity. Yan. Calmado shirts. Keep calm. Kill Calmado and say Unity. Yan. Yung mga ganun na shirts. Okay? Okay. Ayan tayo Ayan tayo. Saan ba tayo? Ayan. Robert Putnam Tinitingnan ko lang kung okay pa. Okay pa, pogi pa rin. Just checking lang. Hindi. Malay mo, di ba? Robert Putnam. Okay. Ito guys, social capital. Napakamahalaga yan sa ating Russia. Ayan, okay. Ito Ito. Ay, nasaan na? Okay, umalis dito lang ako. Ba't hindi lumalabas yung ano niya? Ito yung journal article niya. And of course, that will be basis later of his book. Noong una, ito yung lumabas na journal article. Okay, Social Capital and Public Affairs by Robert Putnam. And then, of course, yung Bowling Alone. Ito yung very, very good book niya. Bowling Alone. Kasi, ang argument essentially dito ni Robert Putnam is that yung strength ng isang democracy ay sa civic organization. And social capital means the levels of trust, cooperation, right, that we have vis-a-vis each other as citizens. No? So, ito yung book, Bowling Alone. Napakahusay na book yan. Napakaganda yan. Classic po yan. Basta, simple lang naman yung concept dyan Okay? Huwag na natin i-jargon yan. Huwag tayo maging... Inayaw ko dun sa mga ibang academics pinapa-complicated para mukhang profound, mga ganun. Simple lang naman idea Kung gusto makita yung kalidad ng isang demokrasya, tignan mo yung pakikitungo ng mga citizens sa isa't isa. Are they comfortable with each other? Do they trust each other? Can they cooperate with each other without the coercion of the state? No? So, for instance, yung mga civic organizations, mga bowling associations, mga Rotary clubs, yung mga ganon, no? All of these things are reflection of social capital, no? So, very, very important yan. Now, dito sa civic volunteerism, nakikita din natin mataas yung level ng social capital sa pagitan ng maraming volunteers who come from very different background. Alam po natin, may mga artista pa nga dyan na sumasama dyan sa mga volunteers, no? So, you can see people from very different backgrounds, right, who may have had totally different people voted into power back in the day, no? Sila po ay bigla ngayon, 'di ba? They're all working together. They're going door to door. They're knocking door to door. Tapos ito pa, yung kausap pa nila could be someone from a different background, totally socially different background, and yet they can have proper conversation, mutually respectful conversation. Yun pong kagandahan po ng house to house. Yun po yung kagandahan ng volunteer work. Now, obviously, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, dapat po ang volunteers ay hindi patronizing. So sabihin natin, ikaw ay isang volunteer, medyo mabango-bango, medyo English mo, medyo ganun na English mo, di ba? Ganun, di ba? Tapos punta ka dun sa isang community, sabihin natin, ikaw ay class B or A, punta ka sa community na D and E, and then sabi niya, Manong, can I make education to you? Hindi pwedeng ganon. Hindi pwedeng, Manong, can I make education to you? Hindi pa pwedeng ganon. Okay? Hindi pwedeng ganon. Kahit yung balagtot na Tagalog na katulad ko, yan ang gawin nyo po. Pag ako nakita nyo, pag nasa karinderya ako, ganyan ako magsalita. Parang, nangangasal lang kami. Parang, kantsawan lang, alaskador. Yan. Yung mga, uy, ba't ganyan yung kotse na pinark niya doon? Ano nangyari dyan? Sinong nanggasgas dyan? Baka siya naman mga ganon. Ganon, mga tolits. Tol, anong latest dyan? Kamusta naman dyan? Ganon. So kung ikaw ay class A, B, tapos mag-volunteer ka, punta ka sa DNE, tapos, Manong, can I make education to you, Manong? And then, Manong, can I explain to you, social capital? Hindi pwede yan. Hindi pwede yan. No, wag. Tuloy magwala yung isa sa Baguio eh. Di ba yun daw yung kwento na parang, let me educate you yata. I don't know, okay, I don't want to talk. Wala ako doon. Splice yung videos. Pero wag naman yung pupunta ka dyan sa, Manong, let me educate you, Manong, on social capital and interregnum and system 1. Hindi pwedeng ganon. Guys, wag ganon. When you volunteer, you talk to others as fellow citizens. Do not talk to them as if you're better than them. Do not talk to them as if you know what's right for them. Don't talk at them, talk to them. Or talk with them. Alam mo yung isang kwento sa akin, yung mga Gatchalians, diba? Yung isa sa strength nila is, kwento sa akin yung mga taga, Valenzuela ba to? Kala ko, sorry, I confused something. Valenzuela, right? Okay, anyway, kwento sa akin, itong mga to, nakikishot lang, nakikiupo, nakikitolits, ganun daw. Sherwin, Sir Win, baka nakikita mo ako dyan, bahala kayo dyan. Okay ka naman sa service, okay. So, ganun daw sila, nakikishot lang, tolits lang, ganun, kaya gustong-gusto sila ng mga tao. Siyempre, hindi naman talaga sila masa, alam naman na sila Sherwin and all, educated in the best schools, ang kinis ng kotes, ganun, mas makinis pa sa akin. But, di ba, relatable, approachable. Kaya nga ako, panoorin nyo ako sa mga serious movies, wow, feeling artist na, sa mga serious interviews ko sa TV. Yeah, I admit, baka medyo intimidating sa iba, medyo English share, ganun, boom. Yes, and I'm very serious guy, diba? Boom. Meta 2 pa lang, makikita niya yan. But kaya nga ginagawa po natin yan na we're trying to speak in a language whereby walang presupposition na someone is better than the other. Na porkit nag-English ka, hindi ibig sabihin na mas magaling ka sa akin or mas mahusay ka sa akin. Diba? Kung mahusay ka talaga, kaya mo makipag-usap kahit kanino in a way na hindi patronizing yung tone na parang nile-lecture mo siya. Huwag ganon. Nagle-lecture tayo dito but not in a tone kung saan sinasabi, wala kayong alam ako magtuturo sa inyo. Hindi ganon. Hindi ganon, guys. Hindi ganon. So if you're doing a volunteer job, whichever elections, always approach it this way. We are here to have dialogue with our fellow citizens and we're trying to persuade them, not coerce them, not bully them, not shame them, but to persuade them to reconsider their options if ever hindi tugma sa atin. Gets? So, it's not only volunteerism per se, but how we handle the volunteerism in an egalitarian, inclusive, approachable way. Ayan na, Coach Richard na ako dyan. Coach Richard. Guys, ganito ang gawin natin. Ikaw, punta ka dyan sa likod. Ako dito, punta ka dyan. Ikaw, itong sabihin mo. Ito, dyan, Ilocano yung mga nandun. Ako papunta dyan. Ikaw, okay. Hindi naman ganon. But, or medyo ganon. No, dapat may diskarte. At saka respectful. Mutually respectful. Alam mo, put aside, Valenzuela, di ba? Mga gachal, put aside mga trolls. Alam nyo, kahit sinong susuportahan mo, mag-usap tayo, walang problema. GMRC, whatever, okay lang sa akin yan. Lahat ako, kaya kong pagkausapin dahil nga, pagkausap ko yung mga tao, alam mo marami akong kausap, mga binaboto nila, medyo iba dun sa tingin ko na best. But okay lang, nakipag-usap kami, nag-open up sila. Because hindi ako judgmental. Nakikikantsawan kami, alaskador ako. Pagtawanan ko, yeah, that's true. Okay, ganito. Ganito. Let me teach you one. Let me teach you. I just contradicted everything I said. Naku mo, sorry, maaga pa. This is not my best time. Let me teach you. Wag ganon. Okay. Let me share something with you guys. Okay, this is from really one person I really, really admire. And I'm not even sure if this person really existed. Pero recently, binili ko yung biography niya. So mukhang totoo siya, no? At of course, ang pangalan niya ay Socratic, no? Ito yung book na binili ko, no? Socrates by Paul Johnson. Alright? Kasi hindi natin alam if Sun Tzu, Sun Tzu, I don't know how to say Chinese, Sun Tzu, okay, Socrates or Shakespeare, we don't know if they're real people. There's a suspicion that yung mga works ng Art of War is actually a collection of different writers under the same name throughout the centuries. Even with Shakespeare, panoorin yung movie, Anonymous ba yun or something, na in-imply na it was actually not Shakespeare who wrote it, but was some aristocrat, whatever. But okay, anyways, one person I really like is Socrates. No, whether real or not, whether imagination lang ito ni Plato or hindi. Ito ang gusto ko kay Socrates. Makulit siya. Makulit. Ang kulit ni Socrates. Pupunta lang siya sa gitna ng palengke. Tapos, hindi naman pagtripan niya. Mag-ngaumusta lang siya dun sa mga random people dyan sa Agora. Saka rin, bro. Sakay dyan. Okay naman. Ikaw, musta? Tapos, next thing you know, biglang ang profound ng conversation. Ang conversation ay biglang, what is a good life? What is democracy? What is best form of living? Eudaimonia. You know, like all of these concepts in different schools of thought. You know what Socrates does? He never directly tells you what is good for you. He never directly tells you you're right and wrong. Alam mo yung ginagawa niya? He just keeps on asking you questions to make you realize if you're right or wrong. Right? So for instance, ito, I'm not gonna name names. Ganito. You can guess. So may kausap ako si Kuya. Okay? Mahilig ako makipag-usap Tolits So, Kuya, sino bobotohin mo? Ay, si ganito po ang bobotohin ko. Gets niyo sino? Ganun o ba? Okay, interesting. Bakit naman? Hindi, actually, ang gusto ko talagang botohin ay si without H. Kasi di na siya tumakbo, kaya dito na ako dito sa isa. Kasi anyway, gets niyo na. Okay, interesting. Okay, sige Kuya, interesting. Bakit ka mo? Ito, mahusay yung tatay niya, ganun. Okay, mahusay yung tatay. Siya, kamusta naman siya? Yung galing ng tatay niya, and then medyo may silence na, okay? Ayoko na magsalita. And then sabi ko, okay. So obviously, andun siya sa isang side, so hindi na ako mag-ambisyon na pwede niya botohin yung isa sa kabila. So sabi ko, medyo pilitan na isa sa gitna. Itong mayor na ito, bakit itong ayaw mo? Alam mo, actually, okay itong mayor din na ito. Okay naman sa akin, kaso masyado siyang bata. Interesting. Sabi ko, alam mo yung sinasabi mong bata, hindi ba mga na yan, late 40s na yan? Di ba yung first choice mo na without H? Hamburger. Di ba mas bata yan, early 40s, ganon? And then biglang napaisip si Kuya, nga, no? Ayan, tapos na. Wala akong sinabi. I just dialogical, Socratic style. That's what I do. You know, you give me something and I ask you a question and then bahala ka na mag-isip. I didn't say mali ka, I didn't say tama ka. Sabi ko lang, di ba ganun? Tapos bakit ganun? Di ba parang ganun lang? Okay, ganun. Tapos, walang problema. Tapos na. Uwi na tayo. That's it. Ganun po ang Socratic style ko. Alright? Okay. I'll give you another example. Few years ago, ayun na, talagang tolits tayo. Few years ago, mga katolits, pupunta ako sa airport. Ayan, talagang gwapo tayo, Armani shirt, ganun. Parang hindi ko nakilala ko or whatever. Biglang topic namin ni Manong, ganito Talagang ito yung sinabi ni Manong. Biglang ang usapan, guys, on clause. Ayos to. International lang usapan. Maganda ko yan. China policy ni tatay. Excited ako. Mag-usap tayo, sir. Tapos, so si Kuya sabi niya, alam mo, itong arbitration award na yan, di ba lang naman yan, di naman sumaling China dyan, wala naman yatang silbi yan huwag na natin awayin China. Ay, ganun ho ba? So, kung wala tong arbitration award, ano pong natin bargaining chip? Although I use a different term. So, bakit tayo pakinggan ng China kung wala naman tayong bargain? So, I mean, ganun ko lang, no? So, I just kept on doing that. Just asking questions, no? So, ang China naman, ganito. Ganun no ba? Kung mabait ang China, bakit ganito po? So, I mean, ganun lang, I'm just questions. Until, nangyari? Sabi ni Kuya, alam mo, sir, hindi ko naman talaga alam tong topic na to. Narinig ko lang kay, Tatay Digong doon sa radyo, explain niya. Mukhang maganda naman po yung explanation niya. Pero sa totoo lang, hindi ko naman talaga alam yung issue. I'm sure kayo po, mas alam niyo yung issue na. So, ganun yung usapan. Wala akong sinabi, hindi ako nag-lecture. Hindi naman parang dialogical process whereby you allow your counterpart to realize on her own or his own na medyo may mga hindi, there are things na hindi you know what I'm saying? Hindi naman jigsaw puzzle. There are things that don't really go together na medyo may mga dyan. But you don't do it in a judgmental way. You do it in a entertaining way, dialogical way, respectful way. Ganun lang pong ginawa namin. At ako naman, honestly, I learned a lot from these conversations because doon ko na-realize, so doon pala nila nakukuha yung point of view sa foreign policy, doon sa mga talks ni Tatay Digong. So pinanood ko naman yung mga, I had to write, can you imagine, no? So ganito in-explain ni Digong, Tatay Digong, yung mga issues, kaya relatable ito sa mga tao. Of course, I don't agree with some of the ways he frames the issue, but this is the way he reaches out, and apparently it convinces a lot of people. So, gets niya ba yung nangyari? So, that's what I call a Socratic approach. Ganito po yung approach ko when I deal with anyone, random people, right? Random people. Now, of course, sometimes may mga feeling matalino, ganun. Okay lang naman walang problema. Mas medyo high level natin yung, medyo Socrates, highbrow Socrates. Okay, no, but you get what I'm saying. So, don't go around and say, hindi, mali ka, ito yung totoo. Hindi ganon. Tapos minsan, meron pa akong isa pang Socratic strategy. Hugot. So, ito. Sasabihin ko, sino mo botohin mo, sir? Hindi. Unang-una, ito sabihin mo, sir, komportable ka ba na i-share sa akin kung sino bobotohin mo? Unang ganun, First, kasi some people are not comfortable, diba? So, first of all, ask kung they're comfortable. If they're comfortable and may conviction, good, let's talk about it. So, pinag-usapan po namin itong kandidato. Sabi na, sir, kailangan natin yung malakas na kandidato kasi wala talaga tayong disiplina, ganun. Tingnan mo yung ganito, tingnan mo dyan. Sabi ko, tama ka, dami naman talaga tayong problema. Hindi ba malakas yung leader natin ngayon? Hindi ba ganun? Naayos pa yung mga problema natin? Tanong lang. Sa bagay, sir, hindi naman. Pero siguro yung iba, you guess why you do it like that. And then, biglang ang issue is just, yung palang, issue talaga is generalized frustration. Sir, ang tagal na natin demokrasya, bakit ganito, bakit ganyan? Hindi naman ako magdi-disagree, tama naman. Sir, ang tagal na, ganito pa rin yung mga OFW, ang dami pa rin ng OFW, ganito pa rin yung kalagayan namin, ito lang po yung kita namin, ang mahal. You're not gonna disagree, tama naman po siya. Usap-usap, gano'n. And then, biglang sabi niya, kaya nga gusto ko si ganito. Kasi, para maging maayos ulit. And biglang, okay, interesting. So, dito po, pinasok yung hugot. Sabi ko, tama ba na sakaling kung hindi ka natutuwa sa jowa mo ngayon? Tama, medyo boring. Tama, medyo hindi ganun ka-sweet. Ibig ba sabihin, dapat talon ka doon sa dati? Sa ex mo na iniwan mo for a reason? That your frustrations with the present, ito ba yung dahilan? Or siguro sana dapat mag-move on na tayo talaga. Kung ayaw mo yung jowa mo ngayon, maghanap ka talaga ng matinong jowa. Jowa, whatever. Para pag jowa kasi female, no? Parang jowo. Jolo. Do you get what I'm saying? So you use hugot lines to make people realize na parang the logic is not optimal. So don't use the words na wala kang alam. I did that so many times. And not even once, thank God, walang bahit na inis or whatever. And I said sa dulo, natutuwa, natatawa. And even if nasa-sense sila na hindi ako masyadong impressed dun sa argument, because hindi naman ako, tama, hindi naman ako ganun, di ba? Hindi naman ako sinangaling. You can say at the end of the day, napaisip sila. And I think that's the best thing you can do. Make people reconsider some of their questionable assumptions. That's the best we can do. Don't go out there and tell people what to say, who to vote for. People get offended, it backfires. It never works. It never, ever works. Right? Suasion. Okay, isa pang term guys, suasion. What we need is suasion. Right? Hindi coercion, but suasion. Right? Yun ang kailangan natin. Okay? And what I use is usually a Socratic approach. Now, hindi naman ako nag-ambisyon na mag-isa ko lang I can change the world, right? Hindi naman tayo ambisyoso ng gano'n. Maalala ko kay Elon Musk, but ewan ko sa mga yan. But I think that if you spread the right message and methodology to enough people, it can multiply and all of that. Ano yung bata yung sa Home Alone? Tapos di ba may movie siyang isa, siya ba yon? Na may movie siya na may secret siya how the world problems could be solved na may pinainting siya sa billboard, yung movie na yan. Okay, whatever. Okay. So, ito yung number 1 na masaya tayo. Civic volunteerism, right? And I hope this civic volunteerism goes well beyond just this election. The second thing I'm very happy about is that we see more diversity in terms of the ideological and policy debates in these elections. What I like about these elections is that you're not stuck between very limited camps. Center-left, center-right, or center-left, or center versus far-right. That's the worst, right? That's what happened in second round of French elections. Kaya ang dami hindi bumoto. Like 30% ay nag-abstain kasi napaka-limited yung room of debate, di ba? Dito sa elections natin, well, wala naman tayong second round, but dito sa elections natin, meron tayong mga katulad nila Calyodi, Walden, Luke Espirito. Marami tayong mga dyan, mga iconoclast, mga tao na sobrang iba yung kanilang pananaw at posisyon sa mga issue kumpara doon sa mga usual politicians, mainstream politicians na meron tayo. Right? So, for me, the fact that we have these candidates, I think they have been really a breath of fresh air. At alay mo, doon sa mga debate sa Senate, si Atty. Espirito, biglang pinag-usapan ng climate change, climate adaptation, etc. Hindi naman pinag-usapan masyado ng mga mga mainstream politicians yan. Puro mga gusto ka lang, happy ka. Yung mga ganun lang. Maraming pagkain. Maraming pagkain. Yung mga ganun, di ba? Gusto ka, happy ka. Tapos yung isa, 8-8. Ganun, I mean, yun yung level ng Senate natin minsan, di ba? I mean, no offense. Hindi ko na alam yung iba, di ba? Pasok, Andrew E., di ba? President. So now, at least, we have people like Calyodi, Walden, people like Luke Espirito, Atty. Espirito, who have had some platform to actually send the right progressive message to a far bigger audience than they would have ever had. And in the case of Calyodi, pinatulan niya lahat. SMNI, COMELEC, legit debates, lahat yan pinatulan niya. So at least there was a chance for him to reach out. No, to have that platform and essentially put a face to the progressive agenda in this country. And for me, that's a good thing. That's a progress. Kasi napaka-limited po yung room of policy debate and ideological discussion sa ating bansa. It's all about fine-tuning eh. Anak ba si ganito? Kapatid ba ni ganon? Asawa ba ni ganito? Sino ba? Masyadong personalistic. Kagandahan ng mga ginawa nila Calyodi and Walden and Espirito and all of that is that pinasok din yung aspeto ng ideolohiya, ang paradigms, policy debate, progressive radical policy. At aminin nyo, yung mga kakamping dyan na iba dyan, feeling ko, pati yung mga ibang ka-ISCO, ibang ka-Unity, whatever, feeling ko yung iba sa inyo, aminin nyo, may point din sila Calyodi on some issues at least, right? Aminin nyo. I mean, of course, my personal stance is different, right? I may agree with even more, right, to be honest. But, do you get what I'm saying? At least we have had these figures, iconoclast, outside the box, na hindi tatay style, but really progressive people, parang umangat yung antas ng diskusyon natin in policy discussion. So that's the second thing that really makes me encourage and hearten with these elections. And the last one, I can talk about a lot, but let's just keep it 3 kasi magta-12 o'clock na back na tayo sa reality. Medyo pahinga pa ako ng konti, maaga tayo nagising eh. The third one is, tama yung kutob ko eh. Tama yung instinct ko. There is a hunger for good conversation, for higher level political discourse. Hindi lang junk food bloggers. Hindi lang purong paninira, purong mga kaepalan, katrolan, mga kaewanan, kasyunga. I mean, people want higher quality. I know, hamburger. Yeah, gets ko na yan. But people also want, ayoko na magsalita. Basta, organic, right? Organic food, yung mga ganun. Medyo, pure bulgogi. Yan, mga ganun. So, yun pong nakikita natin dito sa meta natin. You know, I can see here, some of our, we have had millions of views monthly. Millions of views. Dito sa mga, natin, na-post na, diba? 10 million, 20 million. Tingnan na naman, ano bang ginagawa ko? Nagta-trash talk ba ako? Nakikisali ba ako dun sa mga lowbrow agitation? No, I don't do that. Hindi tayo nagmumura, hindi tayo yung mga yikes level. No, we don't do that. we have ad-libs. I have a lot of ad-libs. I have a lot of Andrew E. Pasok. Yeah. I have a little bit of Alascador. Yeah, that's true. But fundamentally, we're learning new ideas here together. Social capital. Oh, today, pinag-usapan natin the Socratic method. Suasion, moral suasion, right? Pinag-usapan natin yan. The other day, marami din tayong pinag-usapan. Di ba, guys? Meron na tayong system 1, system 2. Oh, Kahneman, yan. Di ba? Hindi ito junk food. This is food for your mind, for your soul. For your soul. Tapos may meta 2 pa tayo na drama, na totoo naman, hindi naman ano yan. So, I'm really, really happy, guys, dito sa nangyari sa atin sa election na yan. And I'm really happy that yung instinct ko was right. Na hindi lang entertainment at kaewanan, but what we want is actually quality discussion. At sana naman as time goes by and we have more conversations and as I learn more how to communicate my message better, of course, I'm constantly learning here, we can reach out to more people. And please, spread the message. I'm just one person. Literally, one-man team ako dito. Literally, right? One-man think tank. But if you guys share our message, if I can impart something to you and you can pass it down, multiplier effect. Ayan, may term na kayo matutunan. Multiplier effect. So, mag-e-echo yan ng exponentially, right? Then, we can influence more and more people in the right direction. Hindi yung I'll educate you, ha? Hindi ganon. But, suasion. Socratic method. Alright? Mutual respect. Just because you came from a better school, you're more mabango or makinis doesn't make you more intelligent. Doesn't make you more morally upright. That's not how it works. Alright? We deal with our fellow citizens in a respectful way. And attacking voters, attacking citizens, attacking people personally, attacking all surveys, that's not strategy. That's not strategy. Alright? Maraming salamat. Thank you very much. God bless. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you sa mga stars na binigay niyo sa akin sa umaga. Alam ko medyo hindi tayo gano'n ka-drama. Para mas type niyo natin mga meta 2 natin. Medyo mas bangag na pero mas drama. Kaysa itong fresh good morning, magandang umagang Pilipinas. Ayan tayo. Ayan. So thank you very much for all your stars, for all of your support, for all of your love. At malay nyo, baka makakaroon tayo ng meta de avance. Okay yun na. Okay yung idea na yun. Walang budget eh. Pero mag-isip tayo dyan. Malay mo, baka one day magkakaroon tayo ng sarili natin meta conference. Hindi press conference Meta conference. Yan. Para mag-usap tayo, no? Down the road, I hope to bring in more people into discussions. I mean, that's why may podcast tayo. That's why I interview people, etc. I mean, mag-isa ko lang, guys. There's just so much I can do. Hindi ako nag-feeling na I'm so this and that. Hindi ako ganun. And, I'm just on my own. Oy, Michael Halong. Totoo kang tao, umayos ka. Kung hindi ka totoong tao, block ka. Okay? Alright. Bahala kayo dyan sa mga tural na yan, Okay. Alam mo yung movie na The Dictator? Iba naman tayo eh. Alright. Okay. Salamat guys. Again, thank you for your support, for watching us, for your moral support, for the messages you send. Yes, for the stars, for the unity, for the kalmado. Thank you, Vilma. Thank you talaga sa inyo. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Oliver. Thank you for your stars. Thank you for your support. Shout out dyan sa mga kaibigan natin from all around the world. Yan, and alam ko marami kang supporters kahit mga iba-ibang camps. I'm happy. I'm happy. Because that means there are people who are willing to listen to the message. Right? Regardless of political affiliations or personal preference. Meron pa nga isa, may nagsabi, Sir, alam mo talagang gustong-gusto ko, hindi, ganito eh. Sir, talagang aminin ko, bobotohin ko si ganito, pero pero fan pa rin mo ako, or something like that. Or ako pa rin ang number 1 fan mo. Parang, okay, alright. Dahil ba cute ako? Yun ba yung reason? Na, hindi naman ganon. Hindi naman zadi. Alright, so mga ka-zadi, ka-meta, yan. Thank you very much dyan, Thank you very much. Hindi yung kay Sacha Baron Cohen, hindi the great dictator, the dictator. Yung kay Charlie Chaplin yung isa, Yung kay Sacha Baron Cohen, yung katafi siya. Walang ya. Okay, alright. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much sa mga friends natin from Bacolod, si Lamuel, mga kasama natin dyan from Middle East, Gitnang Silangan. God bless. I hope you enjoyed the special day, Eid al-Fitr. Sa mga friends natin dyan from QC, mga ka-QC natin from Canada, from Quezon City. Yan, from Canada. Marami tayong friends dyan sa Canada. Thank you very much for that, guys. And yun again, guys, balikan yung concept niyan, social capital. That's what we need to build. We need to build confidence and trust in each other so that we can work